Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Gamer Models. How's it going? Here we go with another review. Now this is the second German aircraft in this diorama that I'm building for a gentleman. He wants a Spitfire, a Tempest, and a BF-110 and a BF-109F4, but he wants something special with this BF-109F4, and we'll look at that in a minute. But right now we're going to open this box up and see what's in it. It is Eduard 148 scale. It is a Profi pack. It is item number 82114. You have 6 schemes to choose from. This is the F variant, not the F tropical variant, just so they know, from what I'm told anyways. They do have one that is the tropical version. It's Trop. So let's see what we got. Not too much in the box. So looks like we got a Sprue bag with 3 sprues and some clear plastic. And then we got 2 sprues, different things in there we'll look at in a minute. And we got a book, some masks, stencils, decals, and a very tiny fret. Oh, wait, there's some more photo etch on the back. Sorry, guys. And some photo. Look like cockpit details. So let's take a look at what we got here. I'm going to go in probably a weird order this time, because I have some other fancy stuff to show you for this. This guy went all out on this. I don't know where this came from. He sent this to me, and he said it took him a while to track down the stuff. So let's take a look at this PE right here. There's the PE sheet right there. That's the regular sheet. And here's the pre-painted sheet with the cockpit on it. Now, I want to leave that sort of out for reasons that will come apparent shortly. And let's check out these decals and stencils. I know we normally look at the sprues first and then the book, and we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to look at the book at the very end. So, fantastic. Eduard stencils, I think these go down great. And then you have the stencils, decals and stencils. So, now what I hear on the streets, that's not true, I don't really hear things on the streets. I guess it would be the streets of the internet, is there's a lot of upgrades for these 109 kits that you can do to pimp them out and make them super fantastic. And they're called Big Sin kits. And this Big Sin kit is the essential kit, and it contains the cockpit, the wheels, and the bronze undercarriage. But then there's also another Big Sin, so you can have the double Sin, where you get the landing flaps, control surfaces, engine, and fuselage guns. So, OMG, right? OMG. So, I don't know if there's any plastic left at this point. Maybe you just use like the wings and fuselage out of the kit. But that's why we're going to look at the book last after we look at everything. Then we can see what we're going to save. Let's just check out what we got here. Oh, we got a broken piece. Whoa, broken piece off. That's normal. Oh, where's we go? Well, even the exhaust on this was slide molded, so it looks pretty good. You also get the less good, uh, the not so good exhaust that doesn't have that on there. Let's put it that way. The detail looks great on this stuff. I mean, these are great kits. I think these kits look awesome. I build them just the way they are out of the box, but that's not how this one wants to be done. People gotta be different. No offense to the guy. No offense to the guy who had me make this. So. I guess that would be the cockpit floor. See if we get a different piece there. I don't even know where this piece would have came off of. I don't see a spot. We'll put it in the bag. Now, I'm not going to wrap these up because I want to refer back to them when we look at this city stuff. When we commit these sins of resin, whatever it's called, when you mix resin and plastic in highly ways of not goodness. I don't know. Really can't. It's like 3 in the morning. I don't know what's going on. So, oh, there's your little clear oxygen piece. You got cockpit. Doesn't look bad. It does come with the mask. So, it's your cockpit glass. So, I definitely think you use that, unless the resin comes with that too, but I don't think it does. So, and then here's the wings. Well, I know these are going to be used, so cockpit detail on the wing, or the wing detail. I like that right there. That's nice. This is a small 1/48 scale plane. Well, alright. So we'll leave these out because we're going to look at that. And we'll look at the book in a second. But first, I want to look at some of this resin stuff. So, now I have to open these briefly to make sure nothing was broken. So, because this came in way before everything else. I don't know why. So, we have resin. Ooh, resin. Yay! Actually, myself personally, I'm not a huge fan of the resin. But, you know, some people like it, and it has more detail and it looks better. This looks like it is engine pieces. Wow, this engine looks fantastic. Look at that engine. Wow. That upside down engine, man. Wow, that is a nice engine right there. And then it looks like you got the cowlings to leave open for the top part. So if we look here, right there, this section right here is going to have to be lopped off and this cowling put in. So, same on this side. It looks like you're going to cut it right here and back. Right up there. Yeah, you got to leave this front section here, which is weird. If you cut it out after it's glued together, I don't know. We'll find out. I told the guy, dude, I've never done this before, so I'm going to say my bad ahead of time. Okay, so it's that. There we go, with a whole bunch of supercharger, some kind of exhaust thing. Oh, there's the little exhaust pieces. Wow, they're not molded with holes in them. Wow, I'm surprised on that. Looks like kind of a block of something. Look through the book and we'll see. There's the clutch symbol, maybe? Or do they have a clutch? I know more about tanks than I do aircraft. Well, they got some cool little parts in here. Cool little parts. And the resin doesn't feel super greasy. So, I mean, I'm still going to clean it, but it doesn't feel like it's super greasy. I am wondering about that exhaust, though, that they weren't drilled or molded with a small hole in them to take a wash. That's strange. There, I'm gonna do this so I don't have to hold them up there. I'm gonna get that out. Put all these pieces onto here. And I'm gonna zoom in on them for you. I'm not gonna forget to zoom out. So here's what we have here. It looks like we got some bracing brackets with some flash that needs to be cleaned out. Well, these are the machine guns. See if there's any closer. That's the machine guns right there. I'm not sure what any of this is. Looks like the rail for the top. Looks like some pieces, I'm not sure. Hose. So this will all be interesting to cut off up here and have some fun. So that's that. So if you don't want to see all this resin, just, this is, well, give it a few minutes, skip ahead, and then when you see me get the book out, I moved on to the book. See that? Now we have the control surfaces, which I believe is this one. Yeah, this one appears to be the control surfaces. So, gorgeous detail on those. The back fin, aileron thing. Is that an aileron? I'm not sure. Huh. It's cool. What seems to be weird is it appears this one is also in here, and it is. Nope, you got 27, 28, 29. Oh, apparently these must be on the ailerons, and these must be the flaps. So here's the flaps right here. Right here, guys. So there's that. Okay. Now, we have a sip of coffee. Alright guys, let us take a look at this photo etch that comes with this. Okay, we got some stencils in here. We got some pieces of photo etch that probably go with the flaps. And then these are more flat photo etch. And then we have some different, probably engine and guns. Yeah, this is engines and guns. So, let's take a look at these stencils here. Just has numbers on them. Not sure about that. Put all the photo etch up here. I'm going to back you back out because we're going to look at the other one now. Alright. Now, we have even more sin. And I'll tell you, I've been waiting for like a week. He was tracking down these pieces. And it took him like probably 2 weeks for me to get all 3 pieces. So, now this is 64829, the essentials. And that other one was 64830. This one has the cockpit, wheels, and undercarriage legs bronze. Beautiful foam. And then here we have the cockpit PE, which is slightly different than the PE that comes with it. If I can get it out. Here we go. And you can see the difference. Just slightly different where this top panel here is not connected to this one. It's separate. So maybe this one's more offensive, more efficient. This one says the F, but this one says the F4. So we'll have to check it out, see which one is more accurate with what the client would like to have. There's also more stuff in here. Oh, the actual cockpit, if you want to glue it on the some mask, wheel mask. You don't want to see that. So, take a look at the wheels first here. Alright, here's what we got on the wheels. Not bad. So that's the wheels. Here we have the bronze undercarriage and the super thin resin doors. Bronze undercarriage right there. And then we have super cockpit detail. we have the cockpit floor right there. And let's compare that to this cockpit floor, which is right there. So a little bit more detail in there. A lot more cleanup, that's for sure. So that's the cockpit. Well, here's the walls of the cockpit. And here is apparently the instrument panel and the rear armor plating. Could be, I don't know. And more, I don't know. We'll have to see in the book. Oh, no, wait, here's the cockpit stuff. Here, this must be for the gun sight because it's clear. We got some little bitty pieces for detail. And then you have the smooth cockpit for the photo etch, or you could use this one for the decal. And I will attempt to put the decal on here just for practice. I'll put the decal on there just for practice and show you guys because I like to practice. And then there's the rudder stick. See that? So that's this this part of the resin here. I'm just gonna put that back in here gently. That engine is remarkable. I'm really excited about that. That's going to detail up real nice and weather beautifully. Move that out of the way. Now let's take a look at the press. Well, let's look at the actual book first. Okay. Another sip of coffee. Hold on. Okay, here we go, guys. So this is the BF-109F4 German World War II fighter. Crazy German World War II fighter. Fantastic invention. Just very good aircraft. You know, gave the Spitfire a run for its money, and I have to say the Spitfire is the all-time greatest aircraft ever. But this gave it one heck of a run for its money. So, my all-time favorite World War II aircraft would be the Typhoon or the Tempest, because they're pretty similar. Then it would have to be the Spitfire, then this one, and then the BF-110. Top 4 right there. I don't have a top 5. And then this shows you what you're not going to use, which I'm assuming. Oh, let me zoom out. Which you're not going to use a lot of this. So, immediately you go into the cockpit, which gets all new stuff. Cockpit wall. Putting in this Z bar with these clampy things on there. You're going to put that in last so you don't break it off. But you have all that other cockpit detail. Let's just pull that up real quick. So, let's see here. So if you're going to start with this cockpit area, you're going to need to open this up and work this section out. We got this. You got this all. And then you have all this, see this right here. See this section, this thing right here you're building right here, looks like it's getting replaced with all parts over here on this inside cockpit panel. So you have to pay attention to that. I would say build the cockpit first from the Eduard kit, and then try to see what you need to do to make it fit in the fuselage, because it has you trimming a lot of parts here. Some pins, things like that. So it's got the canopy going on. Oh, it's got a little canopy holding it open bracket. So yeah, see, when you're putting it together, you put the oxygen, that clear oxygen line, onto the wall. So you're not putting it onto the cockpit floor as you were in the last one. So make sure you read your instructions. Super important. So very smart in the beginning, if you're doing it with the Big Sin kit, is to do the cockpit from the Eduard kit first. Good news is most of the stuff on that cockpit part, you didn't need the plastic parts. Then we're going to flip, and we're going to do the instrument panel and putting it into the fuselage with the exhaust. Now, I'm going to definitely say, before you put this fuselage together, you pull out your engine one. Well, first page you have to build the cockpit from the resin, and then second page, before you put it together, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to do this engine. So, this engine is nuts. Got your guns going on there. Oh wait, that's not how it goes. 1, 2. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you got 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 with the guns. And then you got 11, 12, 13, and 14 hooking it up to all the different bulkheads and things like that. And then you got through 19 wiring it up in different with wire and things, or extra detail. Shows you the correct position of things. So, and then in 20, it's got you cutting things apart. Look at that. Look how much you cut up. Wow. Even cut the control panel, which you're going to have to do anyway. It's not going to be this control panel, so I'm assuming the resin ones are going to match up. See, here it is with the resin cockpit. No, the old cockpit, but you can get a resin one. So then you would put it together. And it's 22, and then popping the engine in, setting things in the correct position. Wow, this is 3 models in one kit. So, wow, 3 models in one kit. Check that out. You got your decals for a 104 F4 or 104 F2. So that's your first 2 pages turned into, 40 steps. A whole other model kit. 2 of them so far. And now we're going to actually start on the 3rd model kit, which is the actual plastic. So all this we basically did in resin. But we did use the plastic fuselage. Oh, and your back rear wheel here, you're going to need the resin rear wheel. So, yeah. So there may have been a couple pieces of plastic. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. But I know you used the 2 fuselage pieces. And we come up here to the tailplane. Well, there's resin for the tailplane. Boom, resin for the tailplane. So, this is your control surfaces. So you got this stuff going on. The tailplane. These 3 pieces with some PE going on. And that's about the extent of that. Well, that's not too bad. So that's for this section here. Now we're moving on to the wings. You know, I can honestly say you can do this whole page without whipping out some resin. It looks like it. It looks like this whole section can be done without pulling out the resin, because I think the brass undercarriage doesn't get used yet. Yeah, the brass undercarriage doesn't go on yet. So you're safe on this. So now we're coming to the flaps. You definitely have resin for that. That goes to the landing flap thing. So, oh no, this is your ailerons that comes from your control surfaces. So that's these 2 ailerons right here. These 2 are going to be in here. The front 2 you don't get anything for, so that's going to be plastic. And then you have these rear exhaust or radiators, air intakes. And then now you have the flaps, so you do have resin for that. And then you have the landing gear, which you have resin for that. You got the brass undercarriage, as so. And then you have some different, the gun sight going in. I think that's part of the upgrade kit. Yeah, the propeller. I was surprised all this resin, there wasn't a resin propeller. And of course your resin wheels. Oh, and then you can have your bomb or drop tank, or a bomb, if you want a bomb, so. And then you got your mask for your canopy. And now comes the hard choices. What are you going to pick for the scheme of this one? This is, you got it, October 13th, 1941. September 2nd, 1942. That's not bad. I can't do that with an airbrush yet. If I get better, I'll do this one later. I could probably do that with an airbrush later if I practice. Then we have December 1941. I like this one a lot. Clean lines. I like the green. I like the yellow. I like that one. February 42. This is a trop version. And then we have June of 42 out of France. And a Soviet Union June of 42. This is another awesome looking one. I like this one a lot too. Oh, that was really nice. And then we're going to have our stencils. A lot of stencils on this. And look, hey, you can get an upgrade pack for your cockpit. Where you get that at? Oh, well. It does say there's a propeller. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to get that because I got enough resin. So, this is the BF109 to F4 with all the goodies. All the Sin packs for Super City on this one. that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, so hit the like button. If you want to see more reviews and more build videos, subscribe to the channel. If you so choose to help, you can visit my Patreon page. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much. Thank you for all my subscribers, all my new subscribers, and all those who support me in the comments. Thank you all so much. You guys have a great day.